welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about all things Disney as well as how to plan your Walt Disney World vacation. So if you're interested in that, please do consider subscribing and stay tuned. Okay guys, so hopefully you have started your planning. You've started to make those advanced dining reservations. You've started to make those fast passes. And as you're doing this, as well as kind of after you've done this, it's time to start building your itinerary. This can be a little tricky as you don't want to over plan when you go to Disney World. You do want to still have a little flexibility, but at the same time you don't want to totally wing it either because you're going to miss out on a lot of things. So I'm gonna kind of hopefully break it down for you guys on how I like to come up with my itineraries for our trips. So first of all, you need to get a calendar, a journal, however you, or maybe an Excel sheet, whatever is your favorite way to kind of organize information that's going to be easily accessible to you. You might want to bring this on your trip as well, so you might want to try and make sure that it is something that's a little more portable or easier to take with you. Once you have that agenda or calendar, whatever you're using, go ahead and fill out any reservations that you currently have. So this includes your hotel reservation, this includes your advanced dining reservations, this includes your fast passes, or if you have tours booked, massages booked, anything like that. Go ahead and fill those into your calendar. That way you already know these are the things I know we are for sure doing at this time on this day. So that is your first step. This is going to give you kind of just the backbone. This is going to kind of give you an idea, okay, what parks are we going on what days, yada yada. Number two, fill in those items that are kind of optional but big events. So things like the parades, the fireworks, if there's any big shows, things like that, you're going to want to go ahead and look on the My Disney Experience app or on the Disney website to find out what times those things are going on the days that you're there. This does change from day to day. I know with different park hours, sometimes the fireworks are at slightly different times. So do make sure that you check the times for that. And then go ahead and just plug that into your calendar as well. Along with this, so you need to write the times that they start, but you do also want to make sure that you write a time that you're wanting to stake out your spot. So usually, I know for us, we try to maybe go out maybe about 45 minutes to an hour before they start. Some people I know like to camp out for longer than that. I'm not into that life. I'm pretty good at kind of wiggling my way through crowds to get a decent spot, but I know if you're a bigger family, this may be a little tougher. So make sure that you do write the time that you are wanting to stake these spots out. That way you aren't getting there last minute and then not able to find a good viewing area. The next thing you're going to want to do is consider rope drop. Now rope drop, what that means is that you get there before, not when, before the park opens, and you basically are led to the rides by the cast members. So if you are planning on doing this, you do need to kind of decide, okay, what ride is it that I'm wanting to rope drop at each park? Usually this is going to be probably your bigger fast pass item that you didn't get a fast pass for. So maybe if you're in Hollywood Studios and you weren't able to snag that Slinky Dog fast pass, this might be one that you would do for that park. Or maybe at Epcot, Frozen Ever After, you weren't able to get a fast pass, so that's what you're wanting to rope drop. Don't recommend that. That's a really long hike. We did that last time and I was sweating so much by the time we got there and we had just started. But anyways, think about what you guys are wanting to rope drop and go ahead and kind of just make a list and kind of fill that in on your calendar just so that you have an idea of where you are wanting to start. With this, you're going to want to start familiarizing yourself with the maps. If you've never been to Disney World, you can find the maps on the My Disney Experience app. You can find them online, super easy, but kind of get an idea of where you're going. That way you can kind of plan for this next step. After you've rope dropped your first ride, the park's not going to be crazy busy at that point, so you're going to be able to ride a few more rides without crazy wait times. So you're going to want to look at that map, see where your ride is that you're rope dropping, and then look at what is around that. Those are probably going to be your best ones to try and rope drop. I mean, if you want to hightail it all the way to the other side of the park and ride whatever, that's fine. That's your thing. But it might be easier. You might be able to get a few more rides in right at the start of the day if you do some things that are kind of near each other. And the next thing to consider is transportation. Disney transportation, there is very helpful. There are a lot of modes of transportation and not everything is super time efficient. So you are going to want to make sure that you plan extra time to travel wherever it is that you're going. You also need to think about, okay, what are the modes of transportation that I have available to me depending on where you're staying. If you're staying off property, does this mean that you're either needing to have your car rental or are you taking a shuttle? What time does your shuttle leave? That's really important. If you are staying on property, what modes of transportation are easiest for you? Are you on the monorail loop where you can just hop on and go straight to the Magic Kingdom? Do you need to take a bus? Do you need to take a boat? Any of those things. You do want to think about that, and you do want to make sure you plan a lot of extra time. So if you do have a dining reservation or a fast pass reservation, you want to make sure you're leaving at least an hour or so before that reservation so that you have plenty of time to get there. Sometimes buses will make multiple stops at different resorts, and so it can take a lot longer than you would think. So these are all kind of the basic things that you really need to have in your itinerary. You don't have to necessarily go crazy and plan, we're gonna do this ride at this time and this ride at this time and this meal at this time and this. You don't have to get that crazy intense. If you're that kind of person and that's what you want to do, that's fine. But again, you want to make sure you have a little bit of time to just kind of enjoy and relax and smell the roses and look at the flowers, because they have a lot of pretty flowers there. But if you are somebody that you are wanting to use your time a little bit more effectively, a really great website that I recommend is touringplans.com. I'll try to put a link maybe below. You do have to pay a little subscription fee for this. I think it was $14 last I checked for a year subscription. And they have a lot of really great tools to use. They have crowd calendars. They also have, like, for the resorts, you can basically click on every single room in every single resort and see like what the view out your window is. So if you want to request a room for your trip, you can actually do that right through their website. But the biggest thing that's going to be helpful for your itinerary is their daily itinerary planner. Basically what you can do is go on there. I know they have a app for your phone, but you can also do it on their website. But you pick what park you're going to. I think you can plug in like the times that you'll be there, so from what time to what time, and then you'll click every attraction that it is that you're wanting to hit during your day there, and you click optimize and it'll think about it. And they have their really neat algorithm with based on their crowd calendars and a lot of research that they've done, and they will basically give you a schedule of how to do the rides in the fastest time possible. So it'll tell you that be at this ride at this time, and then you're gonna be on this ride for this long, wait in line for this long, and then you're gonna walk over to this next ride. It's gonna take you that many minutes to walk there, and then this many minutes to wait in line again. And it's kind of cool. We're gonna test it out and see how it goes. I am kind of excited to use it to see if it really does save us some time. But I do have some friends that have used this before, and they said that they were able to get everything done so quickly, and then they had all of this leftover time to just kind of relax and do what you want, which is really, really great. So definitely consider that if you are somebody that really is wanting to like try and hit as many things as possible while you're on your trip. Okay, and just a few bonus tips, things to think about while planning your itinerary. The first one is go to parks that are not extra magic hour parks. Every day, if you are staying at a Walt Disney World resort, there will be a park that has extra magic hours either in the morning or in the evening. And what this means is that they will be open either an extra hour in the morning or like 2 hours in the evening, and the only people that can be there during that time is Disney resort guests. Definitely do utilize those extra magic hours. It is a really great way to get in a lot of rides really easy with lower wait times. But then what I recommend if you have a park hopper is when extra magic hours are done, go to a different park. The extra magic hour parks are the ones that are going to be the busiest. So we experienced this last time. Didn't even think that this would be a thing, but everything was so busy when we were there, and we were going at a time that wasn't supposed to be busy, and I'm like, what the heck, why is everything so busy? Found out it's because every day the park that we went to was the extra magic hour park. So if you hop to a different park, you're gonna have I mean, it's Disney World, it's still gonna be busy, but it'll be a little less busy, so that might definitely be a good option for you. Another thing to think about is eating at off times. If you eat right during lunchtime or right during dinner time, usually the restaurants are gonna be the busiest, but the rides are gonna be less, the lines are gonna be less long. So if you are okay with eating either an early lunch or a late lunch, you can utilize that busy meal time to go and try and hit up maybe some of those rides that normally have a little bit longer wait time. Granted, they might still be long, but they might be a little less long than they will be the rest of the day. So try and utilize that as best you can. As well as with this too, you can basically use the same tip. If you've been before, you've been a lot of times there, and you're not crazy about going to the parade, or you're not crazy about going to the fireworks or whatever, those are other really good times. Everybody is watching the fireworks, everybody's watching the parades, which means hardly anybody is going to be riding rides. So that's a really good, another good time to get to those rides with a very low wait. My last tip for you is to leave time for some downtime. This is a very go, go, go type of vacation. It's not a overly relaxing. You have to kind of plan the relaxing part when you go to Disney World. So if you are staying at Disney World, or you have or you're staying off property and you have a cool resort, plan a resort days. Plan a day to just not go to the parks and just lay out by the pool, or even just half a day to just lay out and relax, sleep in, explore your resort. There's a lot of really cool amenities and things to do at all of the resorts at Disney World. When we stayed at Animal Kingdom, we had a resort day, and that one was really nice. We did it kind of towards the tail end of our trip. We did a massage in the morning, and then we ate at some of the restaurants there, and then we just stayed out and watched the animals and laid at the pool, and it was really nice to just have a break after go, 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 walking, all of this crazy stuff for days. It was nice to be able to just take a moment and take a breather. If you don't have time for a full resort day, do maybe plan on taking the afternoon. Afternoons are really hot, and so that might be a good time to just go back to your resort, go hang out at the pool for a few hours, or go take a nap. take that time to relax. You are on vacation, so you need to make sure you do plan a little bit of that into your trip if you can. Try to. Alrighty guys, so hopefully that will get your itinerary going. This is pretty much how I plan all of our trips, and I know that this helps kind of keep me organized, but it also gives me an idea of what all we are going to be doing, as well as what all we are able to fit into our plan. With this is just a good way. There's so many things to do in Disney World, you won't do them all in one trip, and having an itinerary is going to get your expectations on knowing, okay, these are the things we're going to be able to do this time, and then you're going to be able to know, okay, these are the things we may have to skip, we may have to wait for another trip. Hopefully you're able to go back more than once. That would be great, but if not, it will help you prioritize the things that are most important to you guys while on your vacation. So let me know, what are some good tips that you guys have for creating your itineraries for yours, or are you somebody that just likes to wing it and just go? Let me know in the comments down below. I always love hearing that stuff, and please do make sure you give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and please do consider subscribing, as that does help my channel out. If you do, please do make sure you also hit that little bell notification next to the subscribe button, as that will notify you every time that a new video is uploaded. Alrighty guys, well, we will see you next time. Bye!